Well, good morning and happy day, everybody. Brent Allen here, and today we're going down to Silver Lake. Silver Lake is actually part of the Withlacoochee River. It's just further south, and I opted to come to this state park. I believe it is the Silver Lake State Park, and I'm actually waiting to get in right now. They don't open till 8, so I got about another 15-20 minutes until hopefully a ranger gets to the station and opens up the gate. But that's all right. You know what, I'm not in a super hurry, but I've never actually fished Silver Lake, and you can't really get to it if you're driving from north on the river down. If you have a kayak, you probably could, but even with the mud boat, it just gets way too skinny, not enough water. I'm on the hunt for some more crappies. That's the game plan today. Scout out some new territory, hopefully find some fish, hopefully get on them. Well, if crap wasn't going to go according to plan, it would definitely happen to me. Got down to the ramp, and there were signs that the ramp was closed February 1st through the 4th. Guess what day it is? So there were two other guys behind me, and I honestly, I didn't really think it was February 1st, but so I started launching, and anyway, so one of the other guys walked down, and he's like, "Hey, you see that sign?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "It's not the first yet, though, is it?" He's like, "Yeah, it is." He's like, "Still gonna launch?" I'm like, "Nah." Also, that ramp, there's not a lot of water out there at the ramp there, so if you plan on launching at that campground, you got to back that boat in pretty dang far. I mean, your truck's going to be in the water 100%. So anyway, backed out of that plan because I don't want to deal with no drama. You know, I'm out here to fish. I don't want to deal with that. So I'm going to go to the other ramp that I was going to go to originally, but backed out of that idea. That's further south. I tell you guys, it's the only thing I hate about fishing new spots and using new ramps is like you never really know what you're getting into. But that's part of the game. So anyway, headed further down here, and hopefully spot number 2 is better. From what I could tell from that boat ramp, I didn't see anything green out there though. So fingers crossed we can find something. So this other boat ramp I'm checking out, it's called River Junction. It's another campground, but buddy, let me tell you, this is pothole city. I mean, it is so bad, and it is tucked way back in the woods here. I've committed this far, so I might as well go through with it. I mean, as long as the ramp is halfway decent, I'll launch here. All right, we're here. And let's take a look at this ramp. This is on the south end of Silver Lake. I mean, the parking area is not bad. Of course, I'm the only dumbass that's out here, but guys, I hope this pays off. The boat beached, push her off, and try to make some sense of all this. Things for sure, we know who's been out here, because that stuff is cooked. Well, as nice as it is, Silver Lake, there ain't a dang bit of vegetation in it. If there were, it's been sprayed, so that's pretty disappointing. But I don't know if you guys can see, there's a boat right over there. So that's the ramp. Actually, no, the ramp is closer to the bridge right there. That's the one I just tried to launch at. It took me almost 30 minutes to drive just to the south end of this, which is maybe a couple miles, because I had to loop around and there was no straight shot. So it's been a real great start this morning. So anyway, since there's no vegetation in Silver Lake, I'm just going to go under the bridge and start going on the river. You know, I'm sure maybe if you trolled some minnows out here, you know, probably pick some up, but you guys know me, that's not what I'm doing. So anyway, I'm going to keep exploring, hopefully find some vegetation. Here, but there's just not enough depth to fish any of this stuff, unless you're in the channel in the middle here, which is about 6 foot. This is most likely wishful thinking pulling fish out of this, but you got to try stuff. I could be completely wrong, and I hope I am. You guys know me, electric chicken on this river. And I'm using my Ozark hybrid 10-footer. Well, that wasn't it. It's gonna take a little figuring out on this place. Well, I just pulled one out of this tree here. There ain't any vegetation around it, but he's in there. Let's see if there's another one. Unhook 'em. You kind of gotta do the best you can around stuff like this. It's too deep to power pull down. I don't really like using the spot lock and stuff like this because you end up spooking more fish. But my guess is there's a pile of fish hanging out underneath this tree. So I'm just gonna be patient, jig the perimeter of it like I'm doing here. If I can get a better angle on some sides, I can maybe get into the thicker stuff. But you gotta remember, you gotta pull the fish out of that too. So I always keep that in mind. There he is. They're slaughters, you know, they're not big old biggins, but I know there's more than 3 down there. The fact that I caught 3 tells me that. what I mean. They're eating today. Ain't no question about it. Like I said, this end of the river, it's just so barren. I mean, there's not, aside from a few stray patches of pads, and that's the reason I stopped at this tree, because it was the only thing that kind of looked unique. It looked like there was some vegetation at one time before you-know-who got a hold of it. This big old oak folded over here, you know, I gotta try that. Pretty nice cover, and that's why I went deeper right there. All right. I do like this grass. Haven't caught anything out of it yet, but it's nice to see it. Anton Go. In case you guys don't know, this is Anton. He's my Garmin trolling motor, Garmin Force. He's a bad mamba jamba. Some really nice oaks out here. That is a real nice oak tree. I do see a glimmer of, looks like dollarweed down in there. A little further back in this canal. All right, well, I think I'm gonna head up back towards the Silver Lake. I went pretty far up the river here, and other than a couple fallen trees, which clearly I picked up a few fish from, there just wasn't too much happening. So I'm gonna give Silver Lake a little bit closer look, and you know, maybe I could find some decent fallen trees that are jiggable. But other than that, I don't think I'm gonna find too much for vegetation from what I saw. So if that's the case, I'm gonna load up and probably dump in a little further north on the river. Little warmouthy. I don't know if he's still on there or not, but we're gonna find out. He is. Come on out of there, buddy. Gotta horse them out sometimes. They like that nitty gritty. Real nasty stuff. That's a nice one. That is a nice, look at that hog too. He freaking sucked that jig down. Fortunately, there's a tool for that. Yeah. There he is. And I lost him. Come on back, little crappie. Gonna get into my cooler. Come on back, little crappie. Come on, eat my jig. Freaking mid-sneeze. Oh, pardon me. It's another unHOOKum job there. Well, that's about it for today. Ended up with 9 in the cooler. So, you know, the purpose of today was mostly to do some exploring of new territory. And that's what I did. Unfortunately, it takes a lot of time, but, you know, you don't know until you get out there and you hunt stuff down. So, anyway, I can't say that Silver Lake will be on my to-go list in the future, but you know, there's a couple nice camping places over there if anyone's into camping. I was actually considering River Junction is the one I launched at, and you know, I might end up camping out there. It's pretty nice. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you on the next one.